Hey, this is C&D channel. I'm Chris. This is Dave. This is MMA for you. We're going to be doing our prediction for UFC on FX4, which is going to happen on June 22nd. Main card on FX, prelim card on Fuel TV, as far as I can tell so far. What do you think about this card, man?
Definitely better than the card we just did. Prediction for Bellator. This is
solid but not spectacular.
This is a free card.
Yeah. One thing is, I think we're, especially looking at the next UFC on Fuel card, and some of these cards like that, I think there's I'm starting to expect a little more mid, a little more lower tier guys, maybe a prospect sprinkled in there too, in these free cards moving forward. It just kind of looks like the direction that these free cards are going.
That's what I feel. Once in a while, toss us a bone, give us a nice, just one big name or somewhat nice name,
The main card's not bad. Guida Maynard should be good.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I like watching Ebersole.
Yeah.
Stout versus Fisher shouldn't be there, honestly.
I think main card, you gotta emphasize the main card and then the prelim,
Pearson, Ross Pearson, he's good. I don't know why Hioki versus Lamas isn't there. Hioki might be the next contender for Jose Aldo, or maybe in Ricardo Lamas. Haiti. So there's some good guys worth watching, but otherwise, yeah, it's a solid. I think it's a solid card, but that at best.
Well, let's check it out.
Okay,
let's fight.
We got Clay, the Carpenter Guida, versus Gray, the Bully Maynard.
I have to say this. I like Maynard. I think he's great. He's bully. He's freaking. Good takedown, top control. I mean, strong. But I take Guida on this fight.
You took Guida. Why, man?
Dude, his wrestling, man. He pushes straight, in your face, and it's really good on clinch. He's good wrestling. He make you scared. Is he gonna take me down? Is he gonna punch me? Is he gonna clean with me? High pace. It's never. You try to breathe, right? Constantly on your phone. What are you gonna do with people like that? If I have a people not his level try to constantly push forward to me, I got scared too. Dude, and he's really good on scrambling. So you can't. He try to take you down. You're on the floor. You scramble. He's on top of you again. Man, it's just constantly pressure. A lot of stress.
Yeah, man. I got Maynard winning this one. He does have very strong wrestling and stifling top control and much improved boxing, especially shown in the Frankie Edgar fights. His takedowns against the cage are really good as well. A lot more conservative than Guida. It does give me cause for worry because I don't know if he's fought Frankie Edgar, who puts a really good pace, but Guida really puts that pace on you. He's good in the scramble as well. Maynard's going to have to be constantly working.
Absolutely.
That's the thing. So it does give me cause for concern here, but I do have Maynard winning this one.
I still think Guida gonna win this one just because of high pace. Again, he trained at Jackson. They got good strategy out there. I think he knows what he need to do. He got a game going out. He's gonna keep pushing the main. If it's the other person, the other fighter, maybe I wouldn't be this confident. But Maynard is too conservative. Okay, you got some guy who gonna be in your face the whole time. I know you have a power, but this guy got clinch, high pace push, toward you, wrestling, scramble. Top pressure.
Yeah, man. Cool, man. Cool. I think that's a 5-round fight, so that might actually favor Guida. Who knows, though? Maynard's gone 5 rounds, too. But, with his pace and whatnot, it's really tough to say.
Yeah, that's another great point. Maynard with his, slow pace, he can go 5 rounds. But you talk about Guida and constantly jumping around. If you're gonna constantly with this type of high pace opponent, can Maynard follow Guida? Can Maynard really take like fight one, or he might get tired? I mean, you don't know that.
Yeah. Cool, man. Cool. Well, next right after that, we have the third fight between Spencer the Kingfisher and Sam the Hands of Stone Stout.
Well, we saw the first, we saw the second. Now I say Sam will take this home.
Yeah, I think Sam Stout. Spencer Fisher, I like the guy, has fun fights. I do. He's 36 though. He kind of comes off like a shot fighter, to be perfectly honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
He's only won one of his last 5 fights, 2-fight losing streak. I mean, you know, he's a game opponent, but Sam, at least with Stout, he doesn't. He's still kind of young. Definitely not a shot fighter. Super good chin, man. When they first fought, you know, the guy doesn't look like he gets hurt in fights. That's the funny thing with him.
Well, and also he has a good takedown defense. He used, again, I love the fighter knows how to use combination, and Sam does that very well.
Yeah, he always ends his combinations with kicks.
I mean, you know, short range, long range. I mean, man, I think Sam will take this home.
Cool. Next right after that, we have Brian Ebersole versus TJ Waldburger.
My guy Waldburger will take this home.
Waldburger, huh?
I know that you might be shocked, but why Waldburger?
Yeah, I know you like those Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys, right?
Yeah, if you see us doing prediction long enough, you will realize we take a certain style. Again, BJJ guy, I mean, you know, strong on scrambling.
Yeah,
I mean,
that guy's the scramble machine.
dude, this is the guy who's really creative. Scramble can be his attacking technique. Not just how scary that is. I mean, really good BJJ. If you're on the ground, you're just gonna watch what he's doing, and then if you don't watch, next thing you know, you got choked out. You know.
Well, I got Brian Ebersole winning this one. He is a veteran. This guy has over, I think he has 40 or 50. I think he has over 50 fights now. Really unorthodox stand-up. This guy will do like cartwheel kicks, stand-up. His submission defense is actually really good too. I've seen him like people try and get him in guillotines. Doesn't work. He does have some pretty good wrestling as well, and his ground and pound, as shown in the Dennis Hallman fight especially, it's really good. I think that Ebersole is going to take this. With Waldburger too, a lot of his, 5 of his 6 losses are by KO or TKO.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna mention that. I was kind of worried. I mean, Waldburger does have this weakness with KO and TKO, and especially with Ebersole have this creative, unorthodox attack. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I really counting on Waldburger with his creative, BJJ really helping out. Yeah, I know, Ebersole have the good BJJ, big ground defense as well, and the wrestling does worry me a little bit. I mean, you just can't count with Waldburger's creativity,
Exactly. Watch his last fight against Jake Hecht. I believe it's Jake Hecht. He gets this, like this very weird arm. I think it was an arm bar, but it was like from a weird position. I mean, it's just really creative on the ground.
Yeah, that's
but I still got Ebersole.
Well, I do think Ebersole are much stronger opponent compared to the last one when Waldburger was fighting, but who knows? You don't count on the creativity.
Okay, next right after that we have Ross, the real deal Pearson versus Cub Swanson.
This is a tough fight. I like the real deal, but I like a Swanson. I mean, 16-5 record, 5 KO, TKO, 7 submission. 28 years old, trained at Jackson. I mean, again, when you train at Jackson, you know this is a game opponent. Trading win and losses kind of worries me, but this game...
Giving up a pretty strong win over George Roop, actually.
See, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Again, very game opponent, good BJJ. decent standout.
Always in the fight, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I got Ross, the real deal, Pearson winning this. At featherweight, he looks good. His boxing technique, both offensively and defensively, is really strong.
Mm-hmm.
He's also, surprisingly, trading wins and losses as well. I think he'll get the win here. He does have good takedown defense, and he's trading at Alliance these days down here in San Diego.
Yeah.
So, you know, I like Ross Pearson here. I think he could be a top 10 featherweight in the future. He's definitely got upside.
Absolutely, he got what it takes. Let's see whether he can be, you know.
Cub Swanson's always been solid, man.
Yeah.
He's always been that, you know, kind of a gatekeeper for the division in a way.
I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, next one.
On to the prelim card. We have Hatsu Hioki versus Ricardo Lamas.
You know, Hatsu Hiyoki is very, very strong opponent. I mean, strong BJJ, good takedown defense, good takedown from the clinch, really good transaction. You know, improving style. I mean, worries me. I mean, I think he has great potential. Why am I picking Lamas?
Now, one thing that worries me about Lamas, though, is that, you know, he's a stout wrestler. Hioki's strength is on the ground, and I don't know if he'll be able to take down Lamas.
Exactly. Exactly. You said exactly what I'm going to say. You know, Lamas' wrestling is very strong. I mean, you gotta understand, this guy has a 11-2 record, 3 KO, TKO, 3 submission. I mean, 30 years old, but wrestling is just pretty amazing. Decent standout, 2-fight winning streak. I mean,
I think his last one may have been against Cub Swanson, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But see, I choose a Cub Swanson, so I have to choose Lamas then.
I got Hatsu Hioki win this one. He finally, in the Bart Palashevsky fight, he finally got to show why he is a top featherweight. His ground game is awesome. I mean, the way he transitions is really smooth. And his stand-up is improving. He's always shown a good chin as well, and he's on a 6-fight win streak. Gotta go Hatsu Hioki with this one. And I know Korean Zombie is actually next in line for the winner of Eric Koch versus Jose Aldo.
Go.
But I gotta think that the winner of this fight will definitely start making a case for, you know, after the Korean Zombie.
Man.
Yeah. So, I know you're a big fan of the KZ.
Of course, man. KZ life, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, well, it's not his fight. Otherwise, I can say so much good thing about Korean Zombie. But again, I'm picking Lamas to beat this one.
Okay, next fight after that, we have rising prospect Jim Hades versus the Miller Killer, Steven Siler.
You know, again, this is a tough pick. I mean, Jim, he has undefeated 10-0 record, man. I mean, dude, he's a strong judo. My Steven, it's not bad too, man. You gotta understand, he got 12 submission. He's 20-9 record. You know, I mean, he has a good BJJ himself. I mean, 4 loss by KO TKO, but you know, he's training in the pit, and then he has a 2-5 win streak. So
yeah, one of them's over Cole Miller.
Yeah, that's pretty recent too, right?
Yeah, which is funny because on.
Excuse me. You know, I mean, the Cole Miller fight was pretty interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, because a lot of people thought Cole Miller would get his revenge on his brother Mika Miller, and it didn't happen.
Dude, that's why this guy's the Miller Killer.
Yeah. I got Haiti to win this one, though, man. I mean, 10-0, undefeated record. Watch his fight against Nam Pham. Guy uses his judo to take him down and just outclasses Nam Pham. I mean,
Asian brother got no love.
He can't get no love here. The guy on the ground, 9 out of his 10 10 wins are by submission. He's only 24. And he's actually only like a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but the guy's like transitions and overall awareness on the ground are such a higher level. You can, I gotta go with Haiti's here, man. Still young. But Seiler's young too, 25. I mean, and honestly, I didn't think much of Seiler coming off of Ultimate Fighter, but, he's been impressive, actually.
It's been really impressive. I mean, the fact that he double kill Miller brother is pretty interesting. But again, I like Jin as well. I mean, my when I was training on the BJJ, my teacher, what we call master, he's always telling me transition is very important.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what level you are, transition is the key, and I agree with you. Jin got a transition down, but again, you gotta understand, Slider has 12 submission as well, man.
Yeah, he's no slouch on the ground.
It's no kid. You're not coming here trying to steal candy for Slider. Hell no. So we will see.
Okay, next right after that we have Papi Abedi versus Rick the Horror Story.
This is a very interesting fight again. I mean, Papi is good, but you gotta go for horrible story.
Yeah, man. Papi, he's fizzled out in the UFC, to be perfectly honest. 2-fight losing streak, 1 to Thiago Alves, which is, cool. It's Thiago Alves.
Come on, Thiago.
And then he lost to James Head. And not just that, he got dropped and subsequently rear naked choked in the first round by both these guys. Rick's story, well, he bullies his opponent. And I can see him do that against Papi Abedi here.
Well, the reason he can really bully his opponent, he has a really good offensive, wrestling style. So I think it is pretty good.
Yeah, he definitely pushes forward a lot. He goes for one thing he does is he'll get you close to the cage, start body punching you a lot, and then subsequently try to take you down. It's just that type of thing where he overwhelms his opponent. It actually worked against a rising prospect and Johnny Hendricks, actually. I mean, Story beat Hendricks.
Which is very good.
Which is really good, yeah. But he lost to, Charlie Brenneman after that. His defensive wrestling actually isn't the best. Got taken down by Martin Campman. He's gotten taken down by Thiago Alves. Got taken down by Brenneman a lot, and that's how he lost. And he even got taken down by Johnny Hendrick.
I don't think Papi in here would do that to him, though.
Maybe not. His judo, he does have a good judo game. He doesn't have a good top control game, though, surprisingly. So, that's the thing. I think Rick's story overwhelms him. Doesn't help Abedi that he's taking the fight on short notice as well.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Okay, next fight after that. Luis Ramos fights Matt Riddle.
I pick Riddle.
I'll go with the Riddle here, but honestly, I mean, you got 2 lower tier guys here. It's tough to say, man, who's going to win this guy. One thing about Luis Ramos, he trains at Nova União, and he has, almost 3 times as much experience, more fights than Riddle. Riddle boxer sizes in the ring. I mean, his stand-up is downright terrible. I mean, technique-wise, he looks like he's boxercising. I mean, seriously. I'm not kidding. Which is funny, though. He's huge for his weight class. And his wrestling's actually really good. He hasn't used it in a while. And he does have a good chin. It's just, he's definitely trying to war, is the term. But his striking technique isn't very good.
Yeah.
But I'll go with Riddle to win this one nonetheless.
Hopefully he used more wrestling, he used his strength. I mean, it could be an easy fight for him. I mean, this doesn't have to be that difficult,
Yeah.
If we stop boxercising.
Yeah. Okay, next after that we have Chris Camozzi versus Nick Catone.
Nick Catone.
Yeah, I'll go with Nick Catone here. I mean, I'm just not big on Camozzi. I mean, honestly, I'm
Camozzi?
not saying he's bad, but he's just a guy that's decent everywhere. I don't even want to use the word good. You know, it's not like he has like good. You know, I mean, it's decent stand up, and maybe it's good. You
It's
know,
decent.
wrestling, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. I mean, it's all just.
It's there.
It's there. He has it.
He has it.
He's all rounded, but he's not particularly great. And honestly, you know, just average. He's kind of average at every aspect of the game. Catone, what kind of worries me is that the last time he fought was in March 2011.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but he is actually a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu brown belt, if I'm not mistaken. But he has strong wrestling. So.
Again, wrestling and Jiu-Jitsu, this combination is deadly.
And actually, if I'm not mistaken, his last win is over rising prospect, if you can still call him prospect, Costa Philippou. So yeah, I gotta go with Nick Catone to win this one.
Me agree.
Okay, next right after that, Ricardo Funch fights Dan Miller.
Talk about well-rounded guy. Dan Miller definitely is the one. It's not well-decent. It's well-rounded.
Yeah. You know, Dan Miller's always stout wrestler. Good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. He's one of the best gi teams in the game. He is just... I mean, a lot of people have seen it where, like, it was in an IFL... I think it's the IFL where he guillotined the guy, and the guy's, like, head was... Like, his face was, like, kissing his chest. I mean, it looks like he broke his neck.
That's terrible.
I mean, it looks so funky. One cause for concern, though, is this is his first weight cut to 170. Ricardo Funch, though, I mean, he's never won in the UFC. He's only won one of his last 4 fights, and it was not in the UFC. Trains at team length with guys like Gabriel Gonzaga. But otherwise, I think Dan Miller is much more experienced, a little more well-rounded. I think he can get the job done here.
I agree.
Okay, next right after that, we have Ken Stone versus Edwin Figueroa.
Ken Stone.
Yeah, I like Ken Stone in this one, you know. He is a finisher out of 10-3 record. 4 wins by KO TKO, 6 wins by sub. His only losses in the UFC as of late were to like Eddie Wineland and Scott Jorgensen. Of course, they were by KO or TKO, so that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
He trains at American Top Team, but he does have some... Actually, I remember when he was fighting Jorgensen, during the stand-up phases, which wasn't very long, he showed some pretty stout stand-up. And it's good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, as 6 of his wins are by submission. Edwin Figueroa in his last fight against Alex Caceres. All I can really conclude from Figueroa is he's got heavy hands and feet. You know, I mean, he gave up his back really easily to Alex Caceres. I don't even think he won that fight, to be perfectly honest. Otherwise, you know, Figueroa, game fighter, heavy hands, but still needs a lot of work.
Yep.
Okay, and finally, we have UFC newcomer CJ Keith versus Ramsey Nijem.
Ramsey was a 5-2 record, 1 TKO, 2 submission, 24 years old, trained in the pit. Still green, but has a good wrestling.
So you got Ramsey?
Yeah.
You know what, man? Ramsey, he looks good, or pretty good. His wrestling's solid. Look, he's still young and can still improve. But like I said, he's still kind of green to me. I mean, this guy, he had Danny Downs. He just beat him up. But every time he'd take him down and take his back, he didn't know how to do a gable grip or something. Because, like, for some reason, he kept going for a rear naked choke. Looks like he would get it, but he needed to hit a gable grip. And he just, it kind of showed his greenness.
Still green.
But CJ Keith, I'll go with him. I like that he's undefeated. He's only 25, and it's his first fight in the UFC.
Again, his first fight in UFC is not gonna be, too experienced too.
Yeah, that's the problem. But I'll go with CJ Keith to win this one.
Alrighty, time to recap.
Okay, we got Clay Guida versus Gray Maynard.
I like Guida.
Okay, I got Maynard. Okay, Spencer Fisher, Sam Stout.
Sam.
Okay, I also have Sam Stout to win this one. Brian Ebersole fights TJ Waldburger.
Waldburger.
Okay, I got Brian Ebersole. Okay, Ross Pearson fights Cub Swanson.
Swanson.
Okay, I got Pearson. Okay, Hatsu Hioki fights Ricardo Lamas.
Lamas.
Okay, I got Hiyoki. Okay, Jim Hades fights Steven Seiler.
Seiler.
Okay, I got Jim Hades. Okay, Papi Abedi fights Rick Story.
The horrible story.
Okay, I also got Rick Story winning that one. Luis Ramos fights Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle.
Yep, I got Matt Riddle winning that one. Okay, Chris Camozzi versus Nick Catone.
Catone.
Okay, Nick Catone there. Okay, Ricardo Funch versus Dan Miller.
Damn, Miller.
Yep, I got Dan Miller. Okay, Edwin Figueroa versus Ken Stone.
You got the stone.
Yep. Ken Stone. Isn't he from the Keystone Light commercials or something?
Yeah.
Ken Stone. Yep.
Ken Stone.
Okay, and CJ Keith fights Ramsey Nijem.
Nijem.
Okay, I got CJ Keith. So,
alrighty, that's it for our prediction. Please tune in. No, just kidding.
yeah, that's pretty much it for our predictions for UFC on FX4. If you have any comments, just leave them below. What final words you got for me, man?
Just keep paying attention to our channel. We are trying to go as big as we can. We cover most of the fights. I mean, if you have any interesting comments, feel free, talk to us.
Okay, cool. That's pretty much it for MMA for you. Thank you guys very much.